It is wild to think about how a Swedish town's snow clearing schedule and a Silicon Valley tech giant's parking lot actually share this hidden design flaw.
Oh, absolutely.
A flaw that dictates how we live, work, and, well, sometimes even who lives and dies.
Yeah, it's a massive systemic blind spot, and it affects almost everything you touch on a daily basis.
Right. So today's deep dive is pulling from Caroline Criado Perez's book, Invisible Women. And our mission today is to basically uncover this gender data gap.
Yes.
Those invisible blind spots in our data that unthinkingly shape our cities, our tech, and medicine.
Exactly, because historically, the male body and the male life experience have just been treated as the default for all of humanity.
It's just the universal standard.
Right, the standard. It's a centuries-old habit of men being the ones collecting the data. So men go without saying, and, well, women just don't get said at all.
Which brings us to that Swedish town, Karlskoga.
Yeah.
They had this standard snow clearing policy, right? Like plow the main commuter roads first, then hit the pedestrian walkways, which, makes total sense on paper.
On paper, sure. But then you have to look at who is actually driving those commuter routes.
Mostly men, I'm guessing.
Historically, yeah. It's mostly men going to a single workplace. Whereas women, who carry a heavier burden of unpaid care work, are way more likely to be pedestrians or use public transit.
Oh, right. Doing all those multiple short trips.
Exactly. Dropping kids off, getting groceries, maybe checking on elderly relatives.
So the male planners just naturally designed around their own daily routines.
Yeah.
It's like if Apple designed an iPhone but only gave it to NBA players to test.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Obviously, the rest of us are going to drop it because they just assumed one giant type of hand was the default.
That is a perfect analogy. And in Karlskoga, pedestrians were literally dropping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when the town finally looked at hospital admissions data, they realized the cost of healthcare and lost productivity from slip and fall injuries was vastly more expensive than the snow clearing itself.
So it was actually costing them money to ignore this.
A fortune. Flipping the schedule to plow footpaths first actually saved the town a ton of money.
Okay, so Karlskoga was a physical blind spot.
Yeah.
But my fear is, what happens when that exact same human blind spot gets, hard-coded into the digital tools that control our careers?
Oh, you mean like at places completely obsessed with data, like Google?
Yes, exactly.
Well, Google actually didn't have designated parking for pregnant employees for years.
Which is just crazy to me.
It really is. It took a very senior female executive getting pregnant and physically struggling to walk across that massive parking lot for her to finally demand it be fixed.
It really makes you think about your own office, Like, if Google, literally the world's biggest data company, forgot pregnant women drive cars, what is your HR software missing?
Right, or what about the AI algorithms scanning our resumes?
Wait, yeah, how does this impact that?
Well, machine learning models are trained on historical hiring data.
So the past data.
Exactly. If an algorithm learns from a world where male success is the historical norm, it naturally looks for patterns associated with those past successful candidates.
So it penalizes anyone who doesn't fit that mold.
Yep. It literally codes historical bias into future infrastructure. It penalizes female applicants simply because their resumes don't perfectly match that historical default male data profile.
Wow. Okay, so we go from a physical blind spot to a digital one and then to a biological one.
Yeah.
Because this data gap gets completely lethal in medicine.
Very lethal.
But I just don't get this part. Why would scientists intentionally exclude half the population from a drug trial?
Yeah.
Don't they want the medication to work for everyone?
You'd think so, right? But historically, researchers excluded female cells from lab tests because the estrous cycle causes fluctuating hormone levels.
Okay.
They thought it would muddy their baseline data. But, and here's the kicker, that hormone fluctuation is exactly why drugs act differently in female bodies.
Wait, really? So we're prescribing medications based entirely on how they process in a steady-state male biology?
Which is precisely why women suffer significantly more adverse drug reactions. The chemical interactions were just never properly tested on their biology.
That is terrifying.
It is. And the gap extends to diagnostics, too. We've all been taught the classic heart attack symptoms, right? Chest pain, shooting pain down the left arm.
Right, yeah, the classic Hollywood heart attack.
Exactly. But those are typical male symptoms. Women are actually more likely to experience breathlessness, nausea, or fatigue.
But because the male experience is the default.
A woman's symptoms are labeled atypical. So women having heart attacks are frequently misdiagnosed, sent home, and tragically, they die.
The sheer scale of what is missing from our default data is just staggering. And I mean, the book dives into everything from crash test dummies to the width of piano keys, hinting at a whole world built for just one half of the population.
There's so much more to uncover there.
There really is. So
Yep.
here's a challenge for you listening right now. As you move through your day, look closely at the objects, the offices, and the routines around you.
Question the default.
Yes. Ask yourself, what invisible default data shaped this? And what else might remain hidden in plain sight, dictating the rules of our world?